This is a beautifully illustrated page of Kalevala. Symbolism is everywhere in the page of creation. There is the Big Dipper, pyramids, glyphs, pictograms. You can indulge into it and the colors of the creation. It is unfinished and the last major work of Karelianism. Karelianism exploits the mythology of Kalevala for art, and it was coming to an end. These myths became part of the coming nation building that artists exploited, but the artist in here also enjoys the Gnostic and esoteric knowledge of these ancient poems. But the work of Kalevala is a work of one man, Elias Lönnrot, who gathered with his fellow enthusiasts these poems from Finland. Not an easy task in a Lutheran country that was turning into modern during the end of the 19th century. A lot of poem singers were located in the eastern part of Finland called Karelia. Something like half of these poems used in Kalevala comes from there. There, the Orthodox Church was a major religion of the Karelian tribe. The mysticism is an important aspect of Orthodox Christianity, so there was much more habitable space for these poems to live in the Karelian culture. That being said, not all the poems come from Karelia. Some poems were not even known in the eastern part of Finland. Mostly these poems gathered outside of Karelia are unfinished, unfortunately, and mostly lost. But what is Kalevala then exactly? It is basically a work of Elias Lönnrot, the editor and even creator of some of these poems. There were several versions of the same poem, and he chose the most fitting for the narration purposes. He mixed with different poems together, and sometimes invented a couple of lines by himself to join them together. Thus, the Epic of Kalevala was created. Some poems contain tales that talk about shamanism, ancient hunter-gatherer myths, while others come from the late Middle Ages, and are mixed in to give a story arc to the tales. Some of these poems are spells that are supposed to cure ailments of life, others are creation myths, some are character-driven stories. Main characters of Kalevala are sometimes eternal gods, other times mortal men with magical powers who hold high power in the society. Other characters are a mix of different characters altogether. Narration is by a Puritan doctor that was of course good Christian, but that only means the most sexual spells are not included in Kalevala. You don't hear the spell of erectile dysfunction in Kalevala. It is just not a Puritan collection of these old pagan poems, but by a great work of art by itself. And what does the word Kalevala mean? It means the land of giants. Kaleva was an ancient Baltic giant and a king, but more about him later. I hope this gives a good forward for understanding this book of edited ancient poems that many of these great works of art come from.